Total Smith here. Make sure y'all subscribe to my boy Downtown Deuce ASAP. Come on, man.
Destination restoration. Destination restoration. Destination restoration. Yeah, Detroit. Destination restoration. Yeah, it's our time. Can you feel the elevation? We on a mission on vacation. Time to create the separation. Championships and motivation. 313 need no explanation. Miss me with all that conversation. We ready for the confrontation. Counting down to our destination. The final destination. Together all the time together. It's us against the world, it don't get no better. We turned it around, that was the beginning. Coming for the crown, you know we winning. Time to put in the work, I'm about to go for stuff. Taking our prisoners, it's my time. Yeah, I know that it hurts. Saying break out the church, you don't wanna see me in my prime. The mission is to ring, we're caught in everything. In the city, supporting the dream. Vision new I never seen, we deserve to be king. It's all or nothing, no in between. Now the clock is ticking and I hope you're listening. Don't touch me cause I'm sizzling. Physicality is tipping and mentality is menacing. The dog pound body's crippling. Now the clock is ticking and I hope you're listening. Don't touch me cause I'm sizzling. Physicality is tipping and mentality is menacing. The dog pound body's crippling. Feel the elevation. We on a mission on vacation. Time to create the separation. Championships and motivation. 313 need no explanation. Miss me with all that conversation. We ready for the confrontation. Counting down to our destination. The final destination.
What up, though? Welcome back to another episode of the Deuce and Boss Show, man. Glad to have you guys here with us. Hope you guys are having a great Wednesday night. It is scorching outside today in Michigan. Hope you guys are all staying cool and hydrated, man. Summer in Michigan around this time of year is no joke. So make sure you guys stay safe out there, man. Boss, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I mean, as good as you can, I guess, for what we just witnessed. But yeah, it's what, Wednesday? Yeah, earlier this week you were confused on the day. That's how I feel about it right now. So, but I'm doing okay. I know it's smoky over there in Michigan. It's something that we deal with every summer in Colorado, but I don't know what Michigan's going through. Parasites, smoke.
Man, stay away from the lettuce, y'all. Stay away from the lettuce, man. It's crazy time right now. But yeah, the wildfires in Canada is bleeding over with the smoke in Michigan. So y'all be safe out there, man, for sure.
Truly.
For sure. But we appreciate you guys showing up as you guys always do. And also for everybody who showed up for the live watch, had a lot of fun with you guys per use. Got a chance to argue with a lot of y'all per use. So it's always a good time. Shout out to you guys for pulling up. Now, in case you missed it, for today's game, the Pistons came up short against the Phoenix Suns tonight. They lost 88-100, and they dropped to 1-3 overall in their final game of preliminary Summer League play. So wasn't the cleanest game, boss, the Summer League, but sometimes, it's levels to this kind of stuff. And this was one of probably the worst game I've seen them play in Summer League so far. What were your thoughts? Well, before we get to that, do you have any initial thoughts? Anything you want to get into?
Yeah, just pretty crazy. Again, like we played bad, but we like kind of hung around for a while. There were certain players that I really wanted to see things from them this game carry on or new things or different that I didn't see. And it's crazy. For our loss, we had 4 starters get more than 15 points, which I think is the first time in the Summer League. Yeah. But again, just not a great game. Kind of a bummer way. I think we have one more game on Friday, like the consolation prize and stuff. But if I don't know if we'll see some of these guys. And if I'm some of these guys, I'm disappointed in the way I showed out for the people if I'm trying to make an NBA career. But yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at. There were some highlights. There were guys that took over in certain scenarios, but there really wasn't any consistency from anyone from start to finish. So
exactly. Yeah, it was definitely a game of stretches for sure. If you don't have anything else on the initial, I can kind of dive in on what I saw in this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, this is my takeaway so far is something we kind of seen from early on. This is not the most talented summer league team the Pistons have had. They've had many, even as recent as last year, when guys like Danish Jenkins and Ron Holland and Total Smith were on the roster, right? This is just not the most talented team, and it's also not a team that really fits well with our guys that we just drafted, right? Outside of Ebuka Okorie, there is no point guard on this team. As soon as he sits down, you see they're doing it by committee with guys who are not natural point guards, and it just doesn't look clean. In this game, you mentioned the effort and how you want to see from a lot of these guys who were auditioning for potential NBA, roles and careers. The effort for me in the glass just was not there. There was way too many offensive boards in this game, way too many second chance opportunities. We saw a ton of like missed free throws, and they get the offensive board and they end up getting a 3-ball. Just like back-breaking plays. Can't have that kind of stuff. Rim protection was not there either. There was one play, boss, where the resistance was just non-existent. Jameer Nelson Jr., which made me feel old when I saw that, by the way. Like, Junior? Wow, already? But there was a play where the ball was inbounded to him, and he was able to get all the way to the rim, off the inbound. No ball movement. He just got by his guy, and nobody was there to help. No rim protection. He just red carpet to the rim for a layup. And so I'm just like, all right, it's going to be this kind of game tonight. Okay.
Yep.
Right. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, just like Mike said here, too, just hard to watch.
Yeah.
And that's most summer league. I mean, there are some fun teams out there, some fun young guys, Boozer, Debansa, I don't know how I pronounce his name, AJ.
Yeah, AJ Debansa, yeah.
There's some fun guys to watch, for sure. But yeah, like you said, just no one really meshed. And again, it's kind of like pickup ball. The way the summer league goes, you don't really know who your teammates are, and sometimes you guys are on the same page, or sometimes you're not. And it really felt like for the majority of these games, we were not on the same page, and it's just tough. And yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at. Like you said too, it's hard for ball creation, is bringing the ball off the floor, little things. And luckily, guys, I mean, this isn't our starting. Yeah, this summer league, this isn't our starting roster going into the season, or else I would be very concerned. And summer league is also a great opportunity for guys to learn and grow. And I think every single one of them has something to take away. So that I'm thankful for them. It can only make you better, in my opinion. But yeah, tough because, I mean, I was talking about on the live, like we don't have NBA basketball now until preseason, which is 2.5 months away. So you really want to at least enjoy it. So,
especially after these games today, it's going to be a long 2 months. Devin said it's kind of scratched his itch a little bit.
Exactly.
So, nice little distraction with all the off-season stuff going on, right? What's up, Camille? Said, getting negative vibe. It's summer league, bro. I know you know that too. So, it's going to leave a little bit of a bad taste in the mouth. But I never go into these I never go into summer league hoping to win every game or stuff like that.
What did someone
we were talking about it earlier. Like, nobody remembers who even won summer league last year.
Right. What did someone say in the live? Like, a bad summer league is just a good season. A bad summer league just proves that we're going to be humble.
Give us some good karma, man.
Yeah, we're not going to over rely on players, get our hopes up too much about certain guys. We definitely can't overestimate the guys on our team. So
right.
We definitely see it how it is and see their strengths and their weaknesses, which is positive in its own way. So
appreciate you, Ray. Hit that like button, you guys. I mean, if you guys appreciate the content, we appreciate you guys for sure. Sheree says no chemistry, they wasn't playing together, just seemed discombobulated. Not often happens in summer league. These guys don't know each other from Adam a lot of times trying to come together, but you can say that about everybody, right? So you still want to see some level of, every team has that, you want to see some level of just competition, of competitive just fire and spirit, and it wasn't really there today. And I agree with his funds. Our best summer league players got called up last year. The guys we just talked about, right? Those guys are no longer on the team. So it is what it is, man. Boss, you want to get into some box scores, man?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. We don't have a player of the game poll because obviously this was not a great game. It was a couple guys that played pretty solid, but no poll tonight, boss, unless you have anything you want to you want to think of to throw up there. But we'll just kind of go to some box scores and go from there. Boss, let's start with Ebuka Okorie in this game. In this game, guys, Ebuka finished with 16 points on 5 for 17 shooting, 1 of 6 from 3, 3 from the free throw line, 3 boards, 5 assists, 4 turnovers, 1 steal in 30 minutes. So not a great game overall from Ebuka, but what did you see from him from your eyes, boss?
All right. This is a little tough for me because this is now he's had a 5 for 17 game, a 5 for 18 game, and now once again a 5 for 17 game.
Yep.
I don't like that. And there's reasons, of course, but you want to see improvement from game to game. Just like in the NBA season watching the Pistons, I want to see improvement from quarter to quarter, from half to half. Like I want to see improvement. And yes, he's a smaller guy and all this stuff. And when the shots that he's taking aren't bad. Like there were a couple that he even went over like Maliuk, and it was like just in and out. But like to have the composure and frankly the guts to do that over their tallest player and get it over him is a positive. I understand. I'm excited about Okorie. I do think he needs more time. I don't think he makes the rotation right away. I think it's someone that we can put into our rotation later on, kind of like we did with Danis, but I don't see him getting solid NBA minutes right away, which most rookies don't, as you mentioned. Sub for bad teams, like when we had Ivy do it. Sub for, Khan, Cooper Flag. Those teams needed those guys to start. So, and those were top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, And I understand. I think I was talking about this earlier. When you see guys that were drafted after, like Malik Thomas, right? His last name's Thomas, I want to say.
Malik, yep.
Like Phylon, like Carr. You see guys do well that were drafted after, and it's a little bit like, okay, but like they're like we could have had a guy who produces with the size. However, it's a little bit of a project, and I don't mind projects. Right now, guys, we were first in the East. Like, we don't need someone that's going to be great for us right away because they would be fighting for minutes early. And so I think he is the perfect project. Do not bark. It's with UGonna as well. That's just kind of how it's feeling for me. But what I really just noticed from him consistently across all games is his composure, his willingness to take those shots, his willingness to try to find it, his willingness to play defense. He had 1 steal today, his willingness to try to pass and get other guys involved, which he also did at Stanford, but it was kind of the same thing of like, couldn't really rely on that too. So that's kind of where I'm at with him. It's just like, I've just seen what I've seen from him makes me excited for what I know he can do. But it also, I don't blame fans or others for being like, what about these guys after him that are performing well immediately? But I think that he ranks above those guys in terms of composure and readiness.
The potential's there.
Yes. And despite not coming through on the stat sheet, he does play his game. And I think he will thrive under a more stable lineup and knowing his place and what the Pistons want from him on the court. So that's what I will say. And people might think I'm going easy on him, but Okorie is a part of our team, and I'm going to root for his success. And I absolutely see why Trajan drafted him. So that's just kind of where I'm at with him. I know it was a little bit of a long speech, but he didn't really do anything today that makes me be like that. I can't necessarily focus on just this game, especially when he's had 3 similar games now: 5 of 17, 5 of 18, 5 of 17. So, and he started going. He had 5 points in the first half, and then he started going again late. He definitely tries to take the game over. Just a little bit of tweaking in some areas. And I think also just playing with the right people. I think that he's playing a little bit with talent below him, which is true because he's better than a lot of the people on the court. It's hard to adjust to sometimes. Just like it's hard to play with people better than you. It's hard to play with people worse than you.
Yeah. I mean, you just met a lot of these guys last week.
Yeah.
So, and that's for a lot of teams, right? But so I'm not making excuses for him there. Let's start with the shooting, because I saw a comment that said the faces that Deuce and Boss made at the 5 for 17. Yeah, it's underwhelming. It's definitely underwhelming for sure. He's struggling with a shot. You mentioned the games individually over the last 3. Combine it together, and you got 15 for 52 over the last 3 games. That's 29%. right? So some of that is on him, and some of that is on the roster construction. Like you talked about, this team, boss, is not set up for him to be successful.
Agreed.
Like watching him in summer league for me was like on a different level, obviously, but it was like watching Cade last year, because Cade consistently, well, at least in the starting group, only had one sniper in the lineup, or one really good shooter in the lineup, and that was Duncan Robinson.
You're talking about?
No.
Oh, Duncan last Robinson. Year. I'm sorry. I was thinking of like 2 seasons ago. For some reason.
This past season, Duncan Robinson was the only guy consistently he could rely on to knock down shots. So he's just one guy. Same thing with Okorie right now. The only guy who's a sniper in that starting group is Chaz Lanier. So if that guy isn't knocking down shots, it's going to be ugly. And that's what we saw.
One as well. He's too
solid. He's just inconsistent. It's just game to game. He would be great.
But Chaz was too. I would say it was. They each had 2 bad games.
Chaz is 15 for 24 before today, like 62%. Like he's one of the best shooters in summer league. So like,
true.
I would, you know what I mean. So it's just like if Bryce is on, but I would go on from like stop shooting to great game to here we go again. But my point is just that there isn't consistent shooting around a guy who needs consistent shooting. In Ebuka Okorie, and they're taking advantage of that, and they're just loading up on him whenever he gets the ball. Once he gets past half court, they're loading up on him, and then they're loading to Chaz off of that help, and then they're making everybody else shoot. And those guys just could not knock down shots. But he did do some things in this game that I liked. A lot of things he did in this game I didn't like. Like he had some turnovers. He's got to get stronger. We talked about that, right? Early turnovers. He's got to get stronger. His pacing needs to be a little bit better as well. All things that are going to come with time. Not putting too much emphasis on that, but he did show signs again of some good things. His drive and kick ability is something I really like to see. Just 1 dribble, 2 dribble kick, right? Finding Chaz Lanier for open shot. That kind of stuff is what he's going to be able to do a lot. And having guys around him like an Isaiah Joe or Duncan Robinson or John Collins or whoever else you want to throw in there is going to help, because they're not going to be able to load up on him as much as they're doing right now. He's not going to be the best player far and away every time he steps on the court like he is right now. So yes, he does have to improve. The shooting has to improve for sure, but there are signs to show that once he makes the adjustment at the next level with the right players around him, it's gonna be all right.
And I want to bring up too what I brought up in the live is that I was able to catch before I headed home after work. I was able to catch an interview that they did with him after the Sixers preseason game, and they basically asked him, "Do not bark." Sorry, there's a dog going crazy outside, and my dog is losing his mind. But they basically asked him, like, what have you appreciated about summer league so far? Something along those lines, or what have you learned, or what do you want to get from this? And he was just like, I'm just looking at the positives. I'm looking at what I can do better. I'm looking at, what I can improve. I just want to go out there and help the team. And I think I told you this too, is like, it's summer that's what you want to hear in summer league. You don't want to hear a guy be like, I want to go win the summer league championship. I want to just put dubs on there. Like, that's not what summer league is necessarily about. Of course you want to win. We saw it with his first, after the first game, he had his head down. I noticed late in the game, this game when the Pistons were within 4 or 6 for the majority of the game, which was also kind of the last game as well once we came back. And there was a play where I think we missed we left a guy wide open on a 3 late in the game. And you could see, noticed they replayed it in slow-mo, the highlight, and Okorie in the background was just like, because it wasn't his guy to defend. Yeah. It wasn't. So you can tell like that he wants to do well and he wants to win. And that's why you see him. I think it's something that we even mentioned with Danis not early on, but like in that kind of in between when they were figuring out how to rotate him into the lineup when Cade was back healthy. And it was like struggling with, what do I go take the shot or do I give it up? He kind of had that like internal struggle of like, am I the playmaker? Yeah. When do I do that? Yeah. Kind of what I see from Okorie a little bit during this league. And again, like to have 5 assists and also 17 shots, pretty good, decent. Someone mentioned too, like if other people made their shots, he would have had more like 12 assists. It's kind of been the theme as well. For sure. So I think he's just, finding his place. And again, I think he will thrive off of stability. There are a lot of guys. There are a ton of guys. The guys I named earlier that you can't just plug and play in any lineup, but sometimes consistency just matters to these guys. And I think that Ebuka is one of them. And I'm fine with that. But again, I don't see him but who we have on our roster right now, I don't see him being in there right away.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at this guy and think that he's going to be a bust, then you're wrong.
I don't get it.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Too many signs.
So,
Yeah. Marco makes a good point here. Says Marco says he missed all of his floaters, and yeah, I agree. And those shots look good too. That's the thing. It just didn't go in. It wasn't like they were way offline or they were clanking off the back of the back of the rim. A few of them was just dancing on the rim, just sitting there, and it would just fall off. So he needs to improve on that for sure. That's going to be something I think is going to have to be a staple for him.
I like that.
Once he gets in the paint, because he can get by his guy whenever he wants. That's not really the issue. The point of attack, it's what you do when you get into the trees
and
to convert on those. So I agree with that.
I will say he is very good in transition, which we play a lot of.
Yep.
When you're giving the other team second chance opportunities or not playing defense, then you're not in transition.
Exactly.
We saw him score mostly from getting the ball. Either he had it in his hands right away and was able to get past his guy with his speed, or he was able to get past the defense ahead to be assisted to, which we saw a lot in games 1 and 2. So, and we had this during the season last year of talking about like how Tobias was poor in transition, but we really needed him in the half court.
Yeah.
And I think we have, we replaced him with similar with John Collins, things like that. So I'm not mad at us bringing in another transition guy at all. He can get it done in the half court as well. But like you said, I think we saw it, was it last game? Maybe 2 games ago, where again, you brought up the floater. That was falling because there were times that he would the defenses would collapse on him, closer to the rim. So he just pulled up there and it was falling. So I agree with that. And I do want to say, I want to point this out. You think you already threw it up here, but if you like Schroeder, you're really going to like Okorie. And I really like that comparison. And just remember that Schroeder right now is a vet. And so he's not 19 years old, he's much older. But I really like this because it is similar, I think, in ways that just the composure, I think, is what they have very similar in my mind.
Yeah. Dennis Schroeder's 32.
Yeah.
So just for what that's worth.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I just noticed that comparison, and I did really like it because they were not, and so many people were saying we should have never gotten rid of Schroeder, all this stuff. And look, his team didn't win the championship this year either. He's a guy that kind of floats around. I think he gives other guys. I wish he was here to help Okorie, to be honest. But yeah, I think it's definitely, again, a 19-year-old. It'd be a little bit more concerning if he was a 25-year-old. You're just like, okay, well, you got to refine these skills real fast. He doesn't have he has a lot, and it's just going to be, working within the NBA system. And I think even just some NBA minutes this year is going to really improve and really show what he is capable of and how he will adjust his game for sure.
You talked about an NBA minutes with NBA guys, like you're saying here, having guys like DJ on the court, Isaiah Joe on the court, other additional ball handlers, additional shooters, just to take pressure off. All those things are going to make him look better. But when you got him as the primary and only ball handler with guys he doesn't know who aren't good shooters, that's just not a good recipe for success. But he does need to improve for sure. I think the floater is going to be much improved. Yeah, exactly. I agree with Ryan. The floater is going to be much improved, I think, as he continues to grow and he gets a feel for the NBA game. He's going to be all right. He's going to be just fine.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about him.
Absolutely.
Anything else on Ebuka?
That's all I have. Again, I doubt he plays on Friday. Maybe he wants to. Maybe they let him, because again, I think most of the people that are kind of held out are the ones that are expected to be in the rotations right away. So we'll see. But I would love to see more of him. He may want to go out and show more of him and show what he has to prove, because you can tell he's frustrated out there. And to that tells me that this isn't something he's used to.
Right.
And it's just and that's, another positive in my opinion.
Maddie says Trae Young was terrible in the summer league a lot, and still turned into a hell of a player. Ebuka is going to be fine. Yeah, a lot of guys are bad in summer league. Wemby was bad to start.
I like this comparison. A lot of guys
don't play well to start. Go ahead.
I like this comparison because it is, it's another small guard, because summer league is a lot of random bodies and they're NBA size. So that's another thing. Is like he's going to match up with guys that are big, of course. But I think the NBA is a little bit more, what's the word? A little bit more mixed. I think the small guards they definitely have their place. We've seen it. Trae, Brunson. We've seen that. And we don't see
Maxey, who he's been compared to.
Right. and Kyrie, we don't see a lot of, that in the summer league as well. It's just big guys, and 95% of the guys he's playing right now won't see NBA minutes either.
Right.
Just guys going out there and it's just big guys.
Yeah. You gotta play with what you got,
Yeah.
Sharita says once he gets with Cade and them, he'll be fine. Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I agree. Yeah, Jose Alvarado as well. Yes, that's another one too.
Jose,
you guys get it.
Yeah.
All right, man. Boss, let's keep pushing. Let's go now to Chaz Lanier. Chaz. Swaggy Chaz, guys, in this game finished with 15 points on 4 for 12 overall, 4 of 9 from 3, 2 from the line, 3 boards, 2 assists, a turnover in 31 minutes. Take off on Swaggy Chaz, boss.
Man, and he's a guy I just wanted to really be consistent. I think I sent a graphic to our little group chat earlier of how he was leading coming into this game. He was leading Summer League in terms of efficiency with points or minutes played and everything. Mm-hmm. He's had 2 great games, and he was just way off early. And then a 3 finally fell late in the second. He got the rest of his 3s in the third, and then it kind of fell off again in the fourth. So just a bummer, because of course, I really truly think that if he had another amazing shooting game like he had the past 2, that he would have a case to be in the rotation. I expected I would almost put him over Okorie, because that would just show me consistency. And it showed me that he's in a rhythm and that he finds it. But I do think that a lot of I think he almost does better on contested ones that he has to quick release. There are quite a few today that he had all the time in the world.
Yeah, wide open.
Yeah, and 4 of 9 isn't bad too. That's
44%, bro.
That's what we begged. When we talked about Duncan Robinson, and we would be like, why is he out there for 30 minutes not shooting? We would say we want you at least 4 or 5 threes, at least that. So I agree with that completely. I think it's just maybe just coming off of his great games that just felt, and I think just the start, he had a really bad one and then an air ball. He had a couple air balls today. It's not great. But I did like what he was moving off ball really well. He still had that connection. Him, Okorie, and Bryce still really had that connection. They got open for each other when they were on the floor, which I super appreciated. He had to bring the ball up a couple of times and did it nicely. How many turnovers did he have? He had 1 turnover. That's not bad.
That's good.
Compared to how many times that he did have the ball in his hands. I would say they didn't really go for the trying to play Okorie off at all. So it wasn't as much as the last few games, but I'll take it for playing 31 minutes and have 2 assists, 3 boards. So I'm still, I'm team Chaz all the way. Again, just shots off early, had crazy quick releases at times. And I really just like how he tries to get open. There was one time where he was down low and found a guy outside, and then he just got open at the perimeter. He's moving. And so that I really do appreciate. And again, it's just the little things you look for, because in the first game, people were like, well, if Chaz isn't making his shots, what else is he doing out there? And today he made himself an outlet, and that's huge. So I will give him that. So I'm with Chaz. He's my favorite in the league so far.
Okay. It seems like it was a worse than it is, the box score, because of how bad the start was.
Agreed.
It was 0 for 3, and one of those 3 was an airmail. So it just felt like this might be a game he comes back down to earth. After going 15 for 24 the last 2 games. 15 for 24 for 3 is crazy. That's 63%. So the last 2 games he shot 63%, and today he shot 44%.
He is.
And 44 from 3 today.
Yeah.
So over the last 3 games, that's about 53%. Over the last 3 games on good volume, on about 33s, 53% on 33s. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that for sure. So I loved what he did in this game, because he wasn't, once again, I was saying, he said after game 1 that he just needs to stay confident and aggressive. Game 1, he was 1 for 6. So he got him up, just couldn't knock him down. After that, I was hoping he wouldn't go 1 for 3 or 2 for 4. No, continue to shoot it, bro. Continue to shoot it. And that's what he's done. Whenever he has any room, any daylight, he's rising, because that's what he does. He's a shooter. He's a sniper. So I just like that he's continuing, like you said, to move well without the basketball and to just stay aggressive with your shot, bro. That's who you are. More times than not, he's the best shooter on the court, far and away, on either side. So I like that he's still staying aggressive and he's still knocking them down. 12 shots, 9 with threes. So he knows who he is.
Yeah.
He knows who he is, and he's playing exactly to his game. Last thing on him for me, boss, and I can come back to you. Mr. Ray says, if Chaz can come into games and be a legit microwave-style shooter, he does make guys like Duncan or Joe a little more expendable when trade deadline chatter starts ramping up. I want to get to that because I felt like Duncan Robinson was so important to this team last year.
Yeah.
Because he was far and away the best shooter on this team, easily in the starting group. Outside of Duncan Robinson, who else were you consistently saying, oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. When they took the shot from 3. Yeah. Sorry, no. Tobias, no. JD wasn't shooting threes. So you needed to have Duncan in that starting group for the sake of Cade, for the sake of space. So I think now that we have, like you mentioned before, the most 40% 3-point shooters, I think now in the league for a team, you don't need to rely on Duncan because he's not the only guy anymore that can shoot the basketball. So I understand what Mr. Ray is saying here is that since you don't need his shooting as much as you did last year, if you got other guys who can defend at a high level and still shoot to at least close to what Duncan Robinson shoots, now you got options if you want to go make a bigger move in the future. So I just think it's important that Trajan went and got more shooting, and now we don't need to rely on one particular guy every night to be able to knock down shots. And Chaz can be one of those guys if he can stay consistent with his shooting.
Yeah, and I like that too. For me, we keep Duncan unless he's in a trade package for a guy like Trey Murphy, or in my opinion, Nazi Marshall, PJ Washington, Jabari Smith Jr. Like, unless Duncan is in a trade package, we don't get rid of him. Like you said, he's very valuable and still such a sharp shooter. I felt like his threes he was more reliable. His defense and his efficiency got better as the season went on. He had a lot of efficiency, but it was kind of up and down, especially during the middle of the season. Like, I was at the Nuggets game where he went 0 for 8, and but when it mattered, he was locked in, and I don't want to see him go. But I do agree, like, again, he's in that running for the starting 2 with Cade, and I wouldn't be mad at that. And so I hope that we do keep him, but he would be good in either, if he did come off the bench, would love that. I don't want to like I said, don't want to get rid of him if he's, unless he's in a package, because there's kind of no point. Like, when there was rumors that it was possibly waiving him, it was kind of like, why?
No. Why?
And so Chaz is Sass was kind of that microwave guy for us, right? And there were, I know Jamal can relate to this, other people can relate to this. There were moments that I was like, put in Sass. Like, we need some kind of scoring. Let's see if Sass can get it going. And when Sass came in, you saw him shoot threes when he could. Yeah. He understood his role.
Yeah.
If they didn't go in right away, he did other things too. If Chaz can do that, he brings size to that role that Sass didn't have. That's kind of the difference with them right now. And so I can absolutely see him fitting into that Sass role of microwave. So I do agree with that. But it will be interesting. Like, we are over roster right now. Someone has to go. I don't think it's a wave. I think it's a trade, which I talked about on the live. I still think it's a trade, but it's like kind of 50-50 right now. It could just be a wave of someone. And it probably will be a guard, because that's where we're have the most people.
Yeah.
But I agree. If it's chat, like, if a guard that shoots threes for us, like like Duncan, even if it's Taurean Prince, if there's someone else that we do rely on some 3-point shooting that we end up in the package for, I think that Chaz can fill that role well. I think he's a good depth piece for us. Absolutely.
Yep. Some quick comments here. I got some weird ones, but this one is funny. That I paid Deuce and Boss a super chat of $50 if they sing Love Shack for a quick minute by B-52s. You remember that song?
It's on my repeat.
Oh, let me hear something. Let me hear something.
Sing, you guys.
Let me hear something.
You do not want to hear me sing.
Love Shack. Yeah, Love Shack. That song. Love Shack. Love Shack, baby.
Hey, maybe can you keep this? Is this like an all season thing? Because you get me in a good mood, and I will.
Okay. Might get a little liquor in you, first, and then we'll see if we can make that happen. Where my money at, Gumby? I'm just playing. That was hilarious.
Pay up first? let's see it. And
Gumby better have my money.
Transaction.
Anyway.
And I'll do it.
You're welcome, Gumby. A couple more comments. Funds of our Anarchy says Chaz could benefit from getting some work in with Richard Hamilton on moving up the basketball. I think so too, because like we know Chaz can shoot the long ball, but Rip was great in the mid range. I think he could help Chaz when it comes to his mid range, just finding spots in the midi. Because you were talking about it during the live. There's more to basketball than just dunking the ball and shooting threes.
The only midi I saw was Jaden Henley, and I was like, it reminded me, and we talked about it. We both of us said Cade. I was like, oh, dang, guys, we don't have to get to the rim and make defenses collapse on you. You don't have to throw up threes. Like, you can go in the open space.
I wouldn't mind Chaz finding spots in the defense in the mid range, and even if they close out too hard from three, just quick dribble, step in a few steps, and take the midi, bro. I would love to see that.
My God, that would
with
be
a guy like Rip Hamilton. That would be amazing.
There are some things in basketball that I just find so insanely sexy, and it's a mid shot, a bank shot, and any block of the rim.
It's fundamental basketball, really.
Yeah, truly. I think it's lost a little bit because we're kind of in that weird phase of like bigs being able to do things and get to the rim and stuff, and then 3-point shooting. There's multiple teams. It used to be just the Warriors, and now it's the Warriors and the Celtics and OKC a bit. It's a lot of teams that rely on that 3-point shot.
Everybody think they Steph Curry now, boss. You know what I mean? Well, everybody ain't Steph, bro. Everybody ain't got a Steph and Clay in the
game. He did force 3-point shooting to be an issue, which is also why I'm so thankful that we have such great perimeter defenders, because a lot of teams don't. A lot of teams are like, too bad. Like that stinks. I would argue even the Nuggets have fallen into the 3-point trap a little bit with Murray and Gordon and Brown and Watson all having to heave it up. It's not how we play basketball, and that we talked about it a lot last season, and I appreciate that about the Pistons. But to have more people that can do it, not saying that's how I want us to run every play,
right?
But man, what a threat we would be to have, JD lob threat, Cade mid-range threat, Isaiah Joe, Duncan, free threat. Ooh,
yeah.
Ooh,
I agree, Pierce. Like, see, all the greatest. There's so many great players who are great in the mid-range, even though it's kind of a lost art now. We know obviously Cade, Shea, KD, Kobe,
Brunson.
MJ, even guys like Paul Pierce and Joe Johnson, like the great scorers in this game. Brunson, like you mentioned. You see Ant-Man starting to get his mid-range more. So it's just like all the great scorers or dominant offensive players, they had it in their package. They didn't have any weaknesses to where if I take this away, he can't score. No, like make yourself to a point where they can't stop you regardless of where you are. And I think if Chaz can just work, he ain't got to be predominantly in the mid-range, but just make sure you're a threat there, so that way they can't always just run you off the line.
It's just nice when
do now.
And I think real quick, just going back to Okorie, when a lot of us see him as a guy who can get to the rim fast and drives like that, to have him be able to pull back and pull up.
Good point.
We didn't see him make, I think he made 1 3 today. I'm not sure how many, but he shoots them. But again, to be able to pull back and do that. And that's why with bigs, Jokic, Kat, Hartenstein, to have Duren develop
the short roll midi.
Start with the floater. I know you want the short roll midi. I would say start with the floater. Start with and we saw him do it a couple of turnarounds last year.
Right.
Yeah, he wants to.
True.
But like that's what he definitely. If I'm picking one thing to work on for Jalen Duren, it's 10 feet, 15 feet from the basket.
Okay. Like free throw line and in, which is why I say the short roll midi. If he I always say, guys, Jermaine O'Neal used to kill the Pistons with that short roll midi because he could go to the rim and score. But if you off the screen and roll, if you help off him, he's getting a shot up before you can even recover. And if JD can get that, he's going to become a much better player just off of that for sure. Real quick, Funds of Anarchy says, speaking of mid-range, right? DeMar DeRozan is another guy.
Okay.
Any thoughts? So real quick, and then we got some stuff we got to get to.
I got mine too on him.
Okay. Yeah. Real quick on DeMar, and we'll get back to Chaz and to the chat. I like DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah.
If it's a cheap sign, I'm not mad at it. Right. I don't know if he's a starter though. I don't know if he's a starter because I don't know how well he can defend. Y'all know me. I'm consistent when it comes to defense, bro. If he's able to be capable of defending his guy and staying in front, okay, cool. But I want as much spacing. I just talked about mid-range forever. but I want him a spacing around Cade as possible. DeMar's not known to be even a threat from three. And for me, when we got so many 3-point shooters, I'd rather him be a 6-man. Come in and get buckets, bro. Come in and get buckets. That's what I would have if it's a reasonable contract. Go ahead.
So for me, you mentioned it, not even a threat from three, but averages 18 points a game. And yeah, albeit the Kings. But
yeah.
The Kings had shooters this year. Someone asked earlier too, if you're still here, Tony Porter, I think it was, asked about LaVine, DeMar. LaVine, too much money for like DeRozan can do what LaVine does for way less. That's where I'm at with that. But DeMar
scoring,
I would love that. We saw a mock the other day. I'm just gonna tell him about the mock because it got us excited, and it's a mock. It's hypothetical. It was Gary Harris, 2 first-round picks and a second-round pick for Trey Murphy, and then signing DeMar on a minimum.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I would be like,
what? We're in the finals now.
Roster right there.
We're talking finals now. Go ahead.
And so for me, it's more of like, I just said this. We have too many guards. Yeah. Why would we sign another one?
Right.
But DeMar is better than I would send those guards.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of those guards are young that I want to see continue with this team.
Exactly.
So just a matter of fit. So if we did, which I still think we will, and if we did get rid of, traded away a guard or two for whoever, maybe it's Trey, maybe it's a 4, maybe it's someone else, then yes, sign DeMar. I would love him with us. But that's just kind of where it is. But I also, guys, think that that's kind of what's going to happen. And not necessarily saying with us, but there's a reason DeMar hasn't been signed yet. And it's not because of his talent or who he is, because he's also a good person, in my opinion. I hate to talk about Chicago Bulls players like this, but I will.
He's a good dude.
Yes. And there's a reason he hasn't signed. And it's not because he even said that he's starting at a minimum. Like, he's not looking for a bunch of money, but he'll get paid probably less than DeAndre Jordan is by the Pelicans. But it's more, I think that there's something in the works where people want him, but they got one more move to make room. Whether that's us, I don't know.
Right.
But I was
Okay. Got some super chats. Gumby held up his end of the bargain, boss.
Now I feel bad not singing, but
I gotta sing now. Just give me a love shack. Just give me a love shack, boss.
Love shack.
Hey,
shack. There we go. That's what you can get.
Baby.
I owe you, Gumby. I owe you. Show up one night, and I swear there'll be a night that I'm like, you know what? I can do it tonight. I can sing, and you can tell me what I'm gonna sing, and I'll do it.
I'm screaming.
I owe you.
Gumby, shout out to you, bro, for holding up your end of the bargain, man. We appreciate that.
Absolutely, that's so sweet. Thank you.
Oh, Pistons, man. Appreciate that. I also want to get Hallie in the hair. Says me and Gumby want to hear. See, I see. Right on cue. I know what you want, man. We gotta give people what they want, boss. You know what I'm saying? Gotta give them what they want, and that wasn't bad. That was, I'm a singer.
I can rap some Meg Thee Stallion for you sometime.
Oh, you might get some super chats if you do that for sure. To see white girl going crazy on the Meg Thee Stallion. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let us know if y'all want to see that. I might pay for that. I'll put in the super chat against in our own. I have to
do it for a Deuce first and see if it's pre-approved. But
I got you. We'll check in. No, we appreciate y'all. Go ahead.
I wish I could sing. I always just like if I had the good pitch. One time I like kind of sang in front of Deuce, and he like looked at me. I was like, I swear. That was just a one-time thing.
I didn't mean to. No, man. Come on.
I got to get sick because I sound good raspy. I'll get you guys. I'll get you guys this season.
Meg Thee Stallion. I might need to hear that for sure. You might see super chat from Deuce. Please sing. Please rap.
It's actually kind of. Deuce probably doesn't know this, but I probably have most of her hit songs I've memorized.
I don't know any of her songs. I ain't gonna lie.
My.
I ain't gonna lie. That's another story. Another story for another day.
No wonder you couldn't relate to the Clay drama with me.
I mean, yeah, I don't get into that kind of stuff. But yeah, shout out to Meg Thee Stallion. Let's get some quick comments. Appreciate you guys, man. Miss Ray says Jamel Neal he was a bad man, bro. I call him the Eastern Conference KG. Eastern Conference KG in his prime. You said what?
Babyface, one of the first players I ever hated. Babyface and Big Baby David.
Stand him. Yeah, 2010, bro. He was a monster, bro.
Big Baby Glenn Davis. My two most hated.
I feel you on that. Feel you on that. Tim Duncan. Yep. I'm just getting some quick comments. Danny Granger was a monster, man. From three.
That's
Great
silly
move
boy.
The basketball, relocating.
Oh no, I'm thinking someone else. Never mind.
Yeah. Danny Granger played with the Spurs and played with Cleveland.
I'm thinking of. Never mind.
Sharina says she want to see it, but we gotta get a super chat. Hey, super chats only for that. Super chats only for that. You can't just
Not
do that
tonight.
Away.
Not tonight.
Hey,
I can't tonight. I need to be in a better headspace.
Depending on that color, if we get one, I need to have.
No, guys, please don't send me your money right now. Don't you send any money. I will. We'll do it. We'll make a bet. We'll make a bet on like the season for a prediction show. Okay.
Said boss pump faking, PD. I don't know. No. Said boss Mary J. Blige. What? Be without you or something? What you want to hear, bro? All right. We'll leave it there. Y'all going crazy in the comments.
The verses I know are appropriate for YouTube.
My mistake when I mentioned it was elaborating on Meg Thee Stallion because y'all ain't gonna stop talking about it now. Yeah, for sure. At Portland, Funds of Anarchy for sure. All right, let's get back on. Let's get back on task. Chaz Lanier. We talked about it. I think if he can continue to be consistent, boss, I think there is a role for him on this team because of how good of a shooter he can be when he's confident. So we'll see, guys. All right, man. Boss, let's keep pushing, man. Let's go to UGonna Onyenso in this game, guys. UGonna Onyenso finished with 5 points on 2-5 shooting overall, 1 or 2 from 3, 4 boards, 1 assist, and a steal and a block, 2 stocks, in only 15 minutes, boss. Take off what you saw from UGonna in this game. What stood out?
Look, someone mentioned that when we were smaller, we were better, and maybe that played a role of him only getting 15 minutes. I forgot who mentioned it, but I'm calling you out now. I'll try to scroll up and find it. But
okay.
Smallest audience.
I'm just saying. By the way, they still asking for it, boss. Everybody going crazy.
No. It will come. It will come. But
all right, go ahead.
It's not on a random Wednesday, guys. Come on. So 5 shots. That's an improvement. He was taking 3, guys. He took his first. I know. There's nothing. I gotta stay positive. He started the game off. The first time he had the ball in his hands, he shot the 3. We just talked about last show how we don't care if you miss it, do something.
Yeah.
So he came out and did that.
Yeah.
Then the rest of the first half, terrible. God awful.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And then second half, especially the fourth, more so the fourth, something clicked. Like he was getting in front of the guy to try to grab the boards. He hit a 3. He took it again. So I love that. All of his points came in the fourth. He hit that top of the key 3, which again, all of his threes have come from.
Yeah, that's a spot.
That's the farthest spot too.
Yep.
Yeah. And then he was you pointed out on the live, like that's what I want to see. He had the ball outside the paint, dribbled it in, bodied his defender, and got it in the bucket. Like that's what we want to see.
Where is it? Yes, bro.
So what we've been wanting to see from him in his minutes for 4 games, we got a taste of in 3 minutes in the fourth.
That's a fact.
Yes. So I do hope that he does play on Friday. I think that he does.
Sure.
None of us, we're going to repeat this. We've repeated it every game. None of us are expecting him to be a Pistons in the Pistons. Yeah. No. He is a project. 100% a project.
Yep.
I see the vision. And especially after what I saw at the end of the fourth, it made me even more excited. I don't need you to shoot 3s, but I'm so proud of you for doing it when you have the ball and you're open. Because after he missed his first 3, he got the ball back and then he made the right decision to give it up. Like it's a balance of shooting, taking advantage when you have the ball, but he made the right decision in that. I thought he did a lot better when he was an outlet.
Yeah.
Of giving the ball back to who he needed to give it to. The boards need to come up. I mean, 4 and 15, not terrible, but
it's not bad. I mean,
and Maliuk is who he mostly was there with, is good. He's a sophomore. He did have NBA minutes with the Suns. I like him.
NBA body too.
Yes.
Being real.
But at the end, he didn't start trying to get in front of the guy. But Fleming, also good, big guy. You can body him. You can. And so there's just a couple more things. But I would say the last 3 minutes that he played in the game were the best that he played all time.
Summer League, maybe? All Summer League, maybe? I'm thinking those last 3 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he had more blocks in game 1, game 2, one of those games. He had a lot of blocks.
Game 2, yeah.
He went up for a couple today. The guy just beat him. I appreciate that too. He's not backing down. He stayed in front of the guy who was defending. The guy who was defending had the upper hand.
Mm-hmm.
But there were, a couple times where I mentioned this in the live. I don't think he's good at, like, Maliuk and Fleming both can shoot threes, and I'm not sure he's good at deciding. Yeah, because he I think for some reason, even though he can shoot threes, assumes that they're going to give it up or drive. So he lays off them.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think he just needs to find that balance. But I think he's going to absolutely go off in Summer League. It's going to increase. You said muscle. I said confidence. I think it's both. But like, his decision making isn't necessarily bad. It's just the little things like that. So I appreciate it. I liked. It gave me a little bit more hope when I saw him again. The first time we kind of saw him take the ball himself and get it to the rim outside the paint. I like
Absolutely. That. Yeah, we're definitely going to see a lot of ebbs and flows. Great games and then bad games. Great games and then bad games when it comes to him. Just to double back a little bit, just to come back to these comments, Gumby said your boss sounded gold. We all knew Deuce will pop. Y'all know me, man. I was, raised to be, a performer and all that stuff. Y'all know what it is. So you're seeing me better than the ball we've had to watch the last 4 games.
That's nice. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they just trying to like convince you to sing something.
Maybe I'll pre-record. Would you guys accept a pre-record?
No, we gotta do a lot for the people. You gotta do a lot for the people when we do it. Idiot Overreaction says best rapper between Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B and Cash Doll. Cash Doll for me for sure. Detroit bred. Love Cash Doll.
I mean, yeah, I love Cash Doll too. For me, I don't know her as well as Meg, and I love Cardi. Let's get Nicki out of there, and I'm good. I like Lotto. Lotto's one of my favorites, and Doechii. Doechii is my all-time favorite.
Lotto, I'm missing Lotto
right now.
Okay. PD Max says his main focus, UGonna should be getting stronger so he can use his shot block. He's got to get stronger. We saw him getting pushed off his spot a lot. He was trying to box out. He had position. He was just kind of getting moved up off his spot, off his feet. So he's got to get stronger. We know he's a project. Long way to go for sure for him. That's kind of my thought. He's gonna get, and for me, it's just reps. Reps. As much as he can play, the better. The more he can get comfortable and just in a rhythm and just an understanding of the game at this level, while he's doing the other things, like you mentioned, between the ears, getting confident, and between the shoulders, getting bigger, all that stuff, right? That kind of stuff is going to all be important. He's not a finished product in any area of the game,
right?
Which is why he was drafted 53rd, right?
And so why he was surprised at that? Why he was like, I mean, I think it shows humbleness, but it also shows a little bit like, I wasn't expecting to be drafted because I understand that there's areas I need to work on to be an NBA player. And just like I said last year, he reminds me a little bit of a Sar in terms of the confidence. Yeah. Like once a Sar, sorry.
Right. Yeah.
Because he was up, down, and then he was up. He got over it. It stayed over it. I think that's just kind of where he's like baby Asar right now, where it's like, you can do this. And also like, if we don't want a guy who can draw a bunch of fouls or fouls out early, but be like, if you foul because you're too aggressive, that's okay.
You got 10 of them, bro.
If it's not a silly 3-point foul, it's not a silly, like pulling a jersey foul, whatever. But if you're fouling because you're bodying someone, I'm fine with that. It's just physicality. So,
and I actually, I totally agree. I do like that he is a guy that, at least in college, was great at defending without fouling. Right, but it's a different game. Guys are stronger than you now.
He has good timing.
As athletic, yeah, for sure. He's got great timing. It's just he's got to learn that timing over again now at the next level. Yeah, so it's definitely going to take time for him. He's going to spend most of his time with the crews this year. I'm going to be keeping a close eye on his development with the crews this year. I'm probably going to get some cruise games and to be able to watch him. If you guys are going, let me know. We can link up. But I'm definitely going to be watching him this year with the cruise boss.
Right. He makes me look, and again, I was never not excited for cruise games, but it makes me want to go watch him because I know that there's just a level that needs to be unlocked. And once he hits it, he can be someone that if we fall into injury trouble, something like that, he can be relied on to travel with us, to be a guy we call upon.
Yeah. So especially now that we see that he's a guy who's probably not going to make the rotation with the Pistons, it's like, we're going to go watch him with the crews now. Right. So Yeah, definitely gonna have our eye on him for sure. Derek, what's up, Derek? Derek says, at this stage in his development, Chaz does not make Duncan expendable. Duncan is elite at with moving without the ball, and he finds guys when he's in actions. Chaz doesn't read and find guys like that. I agree. He doesn't yet. I'm not saying he's at that point yet. I'm just saying with the amount of shooting that we've added, we know, Derek, you know this as well. Duncan was the only reliable shooter, period, on the squad last year. Period. So with more shooting now with guys like Isaiah Joe and Chaz in some part, and guys like John Collins, who we have who can shoot the basketball, it doesn't make what Duncan does so rare. And that's what people are getting at when they say the expendable part as far as Duncan, which he may even be on this roster. We don't know. But I think if there is going to be a guy to be moved, it might be him, because all those other guys can play defense better than him. For me, shooting at a close rate offensively, or from 3-point range. Go ahead.
For me, it's just who we brought in. He's the best asset right now that we could afford to lose, not because of guys like Chaz, but because of guys like Isaiah Joe, Dennis Jenkins, other guys that can play the two for us right now. I don't want to lose him. Like I said, I do not want to lose him. But if we lose him, it's because he's an asset in a trade that is needed. I don't want to lose him based off of a wave. Or I don't want to lose him for second-round picks, to be honest. Like, if he's gone, and I do agree, like, if he comes off the bench, he should come off the bench before Chaz. But it's different styles of play. Like, he's a guy who would get 20 minutes of bench play, where Chaz would come in as a role that Sass has played before, where it's the last few minutes of every quarter, see if you're hot, see if you can stay hot, gets back in. That's the role I see Chaz at right now, of like, let's just go see if you're hot, because we need the offense.
Right.
And if you are, you'll get more minutes in this game. Kind of thing.
Based on that. Right.
Right.
Exactly. But yeah, that's all I got for UGonna. It's going to be a heavy dose of Motor City Cruise games for him this year, which I think it should be.
I hope he plays on Friday. I really do, because if he plays on Friday against teams that are, I don't know who we would play on Friday.
Miami.
I don't think that's released. Miami. Okay, we played them already, right?
I don't think we played Miami yet. I don't think so.
Okay,
let's check. Let me check the
I
schedule.
thought we did. Maybe I'm just.
I could
maybe
be wrong.
I'm
let
confusing.
me
I've watched quite a few. Okay,
Philly, Cleveland, New York, and Phoenix today.
I
don't even know who's on that squad, to be honest. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know who.
Yeah, for the Heat. I don't think they really have much, because I remember that was part of the issue, is like they traded for Giannis and they really didn't have anyone in the draft either. Like, they're really trying to fill in. Like, you got your big guy, but now what are you going to do around him, kind of thing.
Right.
But
right. Yeah.
But if they did have a first round, I feel like they did, that was traded to them, that they picked up.
Okay.
Then I could see him not possibly playing. But like, anyways, I hope like UGonna might play a little bit better with guys. He's not. He shouldn't be intimidated by guys, but. You go into this game, and Malayuk has had NBA minutes. I've watched him play on the floor. So, little things like that.
Okay. So, we'll see. We'll see how it looks, man. Shout out to the newcomers you got in the chat. QB, Michael, what's going on, man?
Hello.
What's going on, everybody? We appreciate y'all for showing up, man. Boss, let's keep pushing. Let's go. I got a few more guys you can kind of briefly get to. We're already coming up on the hour, which is crazy already. Let's go to Isaac Jones in this game. Who? Isaac Jones. Isaac Jones, guys, had 18 points on 6 for 14 overall. Could not get the 3-ball to fall. 0 for 3. 3 from the free throw line now. 10 boards, boss. 1 assist, 2 turnovers, and 4 stocks for Isaac Jones in 30 minutes. Take off.
I could have sworn he hit some threes. They must have been long twos.
Yeah, he missed. Yeah, exactly.
If that's
at least
two
one
of
them
them,
long two.
Yeah, at least one. I think at least 2. And that's like, bro, awareness. Spatial awareness. But I'm not mad at it, because, again, he was our second leading scorer. So he, again, got going later on. I think in the live, a lot of people were complaining about how he isn't a passer and wasn't giving up the ball, which is true. And I think it's something he needs to work on. But in this case, I'm going to let it slide, because he basically got us back into the game. So if you're not passing the ball, it's because you're the option. And also, you're not the one bringing the ball up. You're not the point guard. If you have the ball in your hands, go for it. You have the ball because they want you to go score. So, but I do agree that he needs to work on his passing.
Tunnel vision, man. Yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
His 3-ball started. I thought 3-ball was falling, but I guess long 2-ball was falling in the second. Yeah. He attacked the rim multiple times. He did great on transition to be an outlet. He basically was an outlet. Again, with 10 rebounds. He's had a couple 10 rebound games, I believe, in summer league. He's listed as he's our power forward. He's listed as a 4 for summer league, but in like the regular Pistons roster, he's listed as a center. He plays both. He is a two-way right now, so he's secure in that unless there's someone else like a Roddy Gayle that they decide to go with. But again, that would be another guard. So it's curious because, a lot of people can say we can see him as the backup 4. I'm not against that, but also like, we'll just have to see. I know that Sacramento loved him. We acquired him last year. Even though we acquired him and he was at every game, he just was a DMP. We never saw him. We saw Tolu before we saw him. We never checked him in, even though we kind of needed a backup 4 for Tobias. We played Wu at that position. We played Ron at that position. Like, we played other guys there. So that just is what makes me think, like, he would really have to step up to be that backup for us, or else we're going to give his two-way contract to someone else. But what I've appreciated most about him is his consistency. Like, he's had bad games, yes, but he's been in double digits. He's grabbed the boards. He had 2 steals and 2 blocks today. He's always hustling. He makes mistakes. And, as someone, he's not a rookie. So you want to see him, be the cleaner kind of guy out there. But he has, like I said, he has good chemistry also with Bryce and Chaz, because he's played with them in the summer league already. He did well with Okorie. So I think he's been our most consistent player through 4 games, honestly. So, but that's just kind of where I fall with him. I'm not eager to see him be our backup, but I'm also, if that's how it goes, I would like to see how his game in the G League translates to NBA, because he is aggressive to the rim. And usually when he turns the ball over, it doesn't make the shot. It's because of immense pressure, which we can't, even though he's much bigger, we've been saying the same thing for Okorie. So if we're going to say, well, they wouldn't let him get away with that in the NBA, same kind of thing. I wonder what he could produce in an NBA style game, which we just haven't seen from him in a few seasons. But I'm curious. He's kept me curious. So
I don't think he's the answer at the backup 4, but I did like what I saw from him. I liked what I saw pretty much all of summer league. I think outside of one game. He started off slow, had a slow start. I'm with you guys. I don't want to see that, but he did some good things. He's doing some good things in summer league to give himself a chance, and that's pretty much what it comes down to for him.
With us or elsewhere, truly.
Right, right. And that's what it's about for these guys individually. Slow start, 10-point second quarter. That was impressive. That was very impressive, and he did it doing it his way, as far as just playing bully ball, playing to work, because he's not a consistent stretch. Right, he's not a consistent 3-point shooter where you're going to get 36, 37% from 3. That's just not him. That's just not, at least not right now. But he played his game, got into the paint, bully ball, finished at the rim multiple times with either hand, going off glass. That's where he's best at. That is who Isaac Jones is at his best. But I said it last game, I'm gonna say it again. I love what he's trying to do defensively. I love the effort defensively that he's given, man. The blocks you mentioned. I love how he sprints back. He sprints back to make himself available. Like, it was one play where he had a nice block and he's sprinting down the court trying to make himself available for a transition bucket. And you saw them routinely. It was another one. He's like, give him the ball. I feel like whenever you cause a transition opportunity off your defense, whoever has the ball should be looking to reward you for that, because that's an extra possession you wouldn't have had. So if he misses, it doesn't matter anyway. If it's a good shot, give it to him. And so I liked how he sprints back with that effort, and that's he's just going full tilt on both sides now. And I wasn't seeing that. He's known for being an offensive guy. Until the last couple of games, he wasn't really showing that defensively, but he made some really nice defensive plays. And trying to make this team, that's where you want to start for a guy like him. So I was happy for his case, for his sake, to see that. I don't think he's a backup 4, but I like what he was trying to do as far as trying to make this squad, but we'll see.
Question for you, because it's also been, some people think that Tolu might be the one to be waived off of our 16-man roster rather than a guard. I don't see that, especially because we signed Tolu. And I know Isaac is on a 2-way. Who, for me, it's Tolu over Isaac. And that says enough about where we see him on this team. Rotation-wise.
Yep.
And I'm assuming it's the same for you.
Yep.
But what do you guys think? Because we saw Tolu, obviously in the G League last year, we saw him get minutes with the Pistons. And that's, again, Isaac Jones is listed as a center for us.
Yeah.
And I know he was always in street clothes. I don't know if he was dealing with injury, if it was just to be there, I don't know. But they went with Tolu over Isaac.
Yep.
And
I think Tolu's just better. I think he's just a better player.
That's what I'm just curious about, because again, Isaac has had a good summer league. And like you said, being rewarded on transition. I think a guy like Cade would reward him on transition.
Absolutely.
I think a guy like Danis would reward him on transition, because they're not trying to prove anything in summer league like other guys who might just, understand that options there, but want to get theirs because they're trying to prove something.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of where I'm at with that. And I know Tolu's a center. He's definitely a 5 for me. He's not a 4. And Isaac kind of goes in between. But so that I don't know if that's a factor in that, but that's why, I mean, you can't really waive a player off a roster. Like we could move Tolu to a 2-way, but we just took him off of it. So it doesn't make sense. But I'm just curious what you guys think, because again, based on the 2 ways that we have, which are him, UGonna, and Elijah Harkless, I think Isaac's is the most up in the air.
Yeah, Tolu's better. When Tolu was on the show last summer, it was right around this time, actually in July, we were just talking about role and understanding your role when you get to the NBA level. You're not going to be doing the same things you were doing in college and all these different things, even with the crews, right? With the G League. But Tolu hasn't had more experience, and he knows who he is. Like, he is a better anchor defensively. To me, I think he's just a better anchor. He knows who he is. He's not going to do too much. He's not going to take bad shots. He's looking to pass the ball when he gets it. And he's opportunistic when he has shots. But he's just a guy who I think knows who he is at this level. And that's the most important thing. He's a bigger guy. He's taller. And last year, he was our only footer. He was 6'11", 7 feet, probably 7'1", 7'2" with the hair all blew out, right? Yeah. But he just knows his role. And that's why I think a guy like Tolu, off our bench, we don't have a ton of size. I think having a defensive anchor off the bench is more important than having a guy who can score off the bench. You got to always be able to protect that paint. And that's why I think Tolu will be the guy to keep.
To me, especially I know Jamoke is just making the argument for Gayle to get that 2-way, which I totally understand as well. But our logjam is at the guard, and to get rid of another big doesn't make sense to me. I know that I've just seen a couple scenarios from a couple creators. Every creator is different. Everyone has their own opinions. And sometimes they're based in logic and sometimes they're based in emotion. But it would not make sense to me after getting rid of Stu to get rid of Tolu, especially after we already contracted him. So I think it's going to be JD, B-Ball, and Tolu at the 5 this year. So that's kind of agree.
Miss Ray says, at this point, Isaac Jones is an energy forward, undersized big. You can have that on a roster over Tolu, who's a legit big man exactly at the NBA level. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
I like this question.
No shade to Jones. It's just kind of how I see between those two guys. Go ahead, boss. Get in there.
Yeah. I like this question. How long do you guys think UGonna Onyenso needs time to develop?
A couple years.
I'm going to say, I'll say 2 fully, but I think he can make huge jumps in 1. I think he can make huge leaps in 1. I think this is how I picture it going, is that he's G League for us, makes those jumps, and then at the end of season, when, depending on where you're standing with playoffs, depending on injury, depending on time, player management, all that stuff, I could see him getting minutes with us end of season, those last 8 games, depending on, again, position and everything. That's kind of where I see. And then going into the next year, being a little, maybe making the roster that goes to games at the G League, but not necessarily getting consistent NBA minutes, but getting more of those minutes. And then after that, that's kind of my timeline for him. I really do think it's just, like you said, Deuce, muscle, which takes time, and confidence, which he can get over pretty quickly, I think, in the G League, once he realizes that what he can do. Right.
I got you. I think mine will be 2 years, because the areas that he needs to be good at are the areas he needs to improve at. Like, you mentioned it's the physical and it's the mental. If it was just a thing where it's like, he's got to get a little bit stronger, but you see he understands how to play the game. All right, maybe a year for me. But because he has to get stronger and because he has to understand how to play at this level, he's just, to me, that's why I think it would take more than 1 year. Kind of, I see him like solely with the Crews next year, and then the following year, maybe with the Pistons, but in street clothes. like how Tolu was. Like last year, year before last, Tolu was with the Crews all year. Then last year, you kind of see his face more on the sideline with the guys, right? So, yeah, I see. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So
and I'm guessing, I'm guessing that's 3 to get to his maybe full potential, because I think 2 is valid for just being able to play it, being able to sub in, kind of like how Tolu is now. I'm not worried about him being out there, but he, he gets into foul trouble fast, like things like that.
Yep.
Is that 2 years we have him on the court, 3 years to get to confidence? Okay, I'll take it, guys.
A lot of this issue is honestly related to putting on good weight to prevent himself from getting bumped on both ends or moved when back. Exactly. We saw a lot of that, Mr. Ray. Exactly. 100%.
Went behind his defender.
Tolu. Just going through some comments. G League notoriously lacks talent at the center position. UGonna will in time dominate that level. Okay, I can see that for sure.
That's going to just help with mental overall, I think.
Once he becomes a G League starter, like I want to see if he starts next year for the Crews. That'll be interesting to see.
I think he does.
To show where he is.
I think
if he's not starting for them, then it's like maybe a little bit longer than we thought. You know what I mean?
Right
so I think that'll be indicative too. Go ahead.
I mean, that's G League, and G League goes through its own process of trades. We're gonna get guys from other G League stuff, all that. Right now, the backup is Kral, who I do like, but I think just has more. Again, he's a project, and I think Trajan's gonna want to get work on it right away.
For sure.
Like Mr. Ray just said too, project.
For sure. What up, King?
What's up, King?
I heard you was crashing out, bro, on your live. What was going on? I thought it might have been some Lions stuff.
I guess the Lions.
Also saying Lions. We need another big JD, Paul, and Tolu. I'm not confident with that. I am. I'm definitely confident with that for sure.
I will say I do want somehow another 4.
That's what we need more than anything.
Yes, I don't think we need another 5. We need another 4.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we know that B-Ball can play both, but to your point, he hasn't really played both. It's either like he hasn't really played much at all.
He hasn't done the 2 big. Every now and then we got JD with Stu.
Yeah.
So I just don't know if that's the game. I don't know what's going to be like going into the season. It's going to be really interesting to see the lineups he has. I think Collins is our starting 4, but it'll be really curious to see if they do kind of rotate where Paul Reed comes in for Collins with JD for a little bit, and then we go a little bit small. And then Paul Reed gets to 5. So we'll see.
Yeah. To compete for a chip? Yeah. 100%. Why not? Tell me why. Tell me why not with that rotation.
Wait, let me ask this real quick.
Because here's the thing. Tolu isn't going to be a guy who's playing every night anyway in that position. That's just more so foul trouble and injury issues where you're probably going with Tolu more. So I think in a regular rotation with those guys, 100%.
Here's my question to King. Who do you want? Who do we go get to fill that right now? Who do we go get? And don't give me.
This is true too.
Like, who do you go get?
This is right. I agree, and this is true too. Like John Collins can play small ball 5. I've seen it. So he's 6'9", he's 6'10", 6'11". He can play small ball 5 at times too. So yeah, I think I'm fine with that with those guys for our team. Yeah, I think that's perfectly fine.
There's like 3 people I would trade for. There's like 1 that comes to mind right now that I think would be that would be in our budget at 5. I'm curious to see what King thinks. I'll let you know if we have the same answer. I'll let you know.
Okay. All right, cool. Let's keep pushing, man. Boss, let's go to a few more guys we have here, and then we can call it a night. Let's go to Bryce Willams, and we'll do some Roddy Gayle, and then we can pretty much call it unless you got anything else. Let's go to Bryce Willams in this game, guys. Bryce Willams finished with 24 points, a game high 24 points on 7 for 13 shooting overall, 3 of 6 from 3, 5 for 7 from the line, 6 boards, 4 assists, 1 turnover in 32 minutes, a game high 32 minutes. What do you think? What were your thoughts on Bryce Willams in this game, boss?
The 1 turnover is beautiful. Didn't realize that. 3 of 6, also not something to be mad at. He's been okay. Bad game, great game, bad game.
Yes.
And I said good game on the live, but I didn't see his box score, and I think it's because he was scoring inside the perimeter, like he wasn't shooting the 3s, and I just didn't pick up on that. I didn't pick up that they were adding up. So I'm impressed with what he does. Bryce is just. And okay, so he's listed as a shooting forward or as a small forward. I always say shooting forward.
I thought it was a shooting guard more so, but okay.
Right, same. Yeah. But he's listed as a small forward.
Okay.
I guess that's how he's been all summer league. For him, it's the consistency. He did step up again today, and it's just, it's been really bad or really good. There's kind of been no in between, and so that's what worries me.
Mm-hmm.
I liked him last year on Summer League. We saw him get some Pistons minutes before in like super dead time towards the end of the season. I have nothing against Bryce Willams. It's just like, where do you fit with us? But he is someone that I want to see, like, based on his numbers, it's like NBA career is reachable for him. I just don't know if it's with us. And I will say,
not with us, though.
He met guys at the rim. He went in for boards to have 6 rebounds. That's the second most. Like, that impresses me, because again, the way that he plays reminds me more of a guard. But it's probably because the first 3 games we saw it. He's a shooting forward. Right? That's true. Thank you, PD. He does seem a little bit more like a guard. Yeah. So that's interesting, because that's the 4. Well, I guess Jones is a 4 too.
Jones is a tweener.
Forwards are 4s to me. 4 words. But
I like that.
Yeah. So for me, where I'm at with Bryce is like, if you stay with us on the cruise, I am thrilled. If you're an option for us to bring up, if we're in injury trouble again, like we started last season, I'm so thrilled. Yeah. But also, I think he deserves a place on an NBA team. That's where I'm at with him.
I think so too.
I think he'd do well. He shows out there. I don't know how old he is, but someone was asking because he looks a little bit older,
He had hair last year and he shaved his hair. That's why he looks so different.
He looks a little bit older, but he plays this game and his last good game. He plays like a vet out there. He has kind of that presence. And it's probably because he's been in the G League, but he has that little bit of a calming presence. So I trust you presence, things like that. So great game from Bryce.
This was his best game by far. By far.
Yeah.
It's just been so hot and cold for him. It's either he's been on from 3, because if you guys remember game 1, I was like, man, stop shooting, bro. He just could not buy a bucket, and he kept firing and just wouldn't fall, and it was just killing the flow. King talking about he would text the group chat. We are the group chat.
I stumped him. That's what happened. Because you know what? It just takes 2 seconds to send a last name.
That reminds me of the movie Taken with Liam Neeson when he said, "Who is Marco? We are all Marco." That was funny. But yeah, Bryce Willams, man. It's just been a roller coaster for him as far as shooting the ball. Because that's
is he really 35?
I don't know.
Are you serious?
I don't think he's 35.
No.
No way he's 35. If he is, that's news to me.
I'm gonna
look it up and let me know.
You continue your
that's crazy. Shout out to him if he is and he's still grinding. But it's just been a roller coaster from 3. He just hasn't been able to be consistent. That's really all he's been doing.
25.
Y'all clowning. That's all he's been doing. The first few games is just shooting for the most part. And if, like we always say, if your shot's not falling, what else are you doing? Right? So it's just like, for me, I liked that the shooting percentage is great. 7 for 13 is great. I think he shot 6 for 9 from 3. That's great. Was it 6 for 9 from 3? Yeah, 6 for 9 from 3. I believe. Was it? Let me see. Was it 6 for 9 from 3?
Yeah, he was
6 from 3. 3 6 from 3. So he shot well. However, I liked the other things that he was doing in this game. I saw somebody say he's Karis LeVert, tunnel vision. I didn't see that. This was the game I least saw that. Aside, if he didn't shoot well from 3, but still did the other things, I'd be like, good game. Because you're doing other things. So for me, it was him out of the pick and roll, finding a rolling Isaac Jones for just making plays, competing defensively, just having a well-rounded game as opposed to just, I hope I shoot well. Because if you don't, how are you helping? You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Real quick, just like you said, he does the other things, but I just want to mention, like we know him as a 3-point shooter, and his 3 wasn't falling well enough for him.
Mm-hmm.
He still got the most points in the game. 9 of his 24 points were from the 3s. That means that he got all his other points elsewhere, which tells me that he adjusted to what the team needed. So that's the opposite of like some of you saying like bad shot selection, bad this. Like to me, that just shows that he was willing to branch out and do other things. And we saw him, like you said, other things. We saw him on defense. We saw him with the passing. We saw him with stuff like that. But he got to the rim, like he got to the free throw line.
Yeah.
So I think that those critiques of him are valid in other scenarios, other games this summer league, but not today. Today,
Yeah.
He absolutely chose to do what's best for the team rather than keep shooting those threes and try to get hot.
Agreed. 100% agree. We'll come back to this before we leave. We'll end the night with this question. So hold your thoughts for that.
You go ahead with Roddy Gayle. I gotta hop off for one.
Do your thing. Roddy Gayle, Jamoke, 313. This is y'all time to go crazy in the comments. This is y'all guy. Y'all are crazy. Bryce wouldn't pass go Monopoly. Y'all are crazy, bro. Y'all are sick. Roddy Gayle in this game, guys. Roddy Gayle finished with he didn't score in this game. So guys, he was 0 for 2 in this game. Coming into tonight's game, he was 8 for 8 overall from the field on 4 of 4 from 3. So he was due for a miss. He had no point. He didn't score, 2 shots, misses only 3, 2 boards, 2 assists, no turnovers, and a steal in 12 minutes. So I'm like, why is he playing 12 minutes? I'm wondering if he's still going because he didn't play last game. Because so the last 2 games were back to backs. They played the next day, right? It was it the day before yesterday they were off, and then the 2 previous days were back-to-back games. In the second game, he had soreness and he didn't play. So I was hoping that by missing that game and then having another day off yesterday, coming into tonight's game, he will feel better. But him playing 12 minutes, I'm like, man, he couldn't. So maybe he was still going through something. Maybe he was still in pain. He was so sore, just sluggish. I don't know. But 12 minutes for me is disappointing for him because I wanted to see more of what he could do because he's really played well. Outside of just the scoring, he's been playing good defense. He's been making plays. He's been getting on the glass, which I love to see from my guards. I love to see guards and wings not afraid to stick their nose in there in the paint and just, even if they don't grab the board, just tap it away from whoever's trying to get the offensive rebound. Right? That kind of stuff, which is what Bryce Willams did too. But Roddy Gayle, I was hoping to see more from him, man. Like I can't even give him credit as far as being a great role player tonight because he just didn't play enough, bro. He didn't play enough. Like 12 minutes is not enough. But what he's shown me so far, he's been great. I just want to see more. I want to see more. I want to see more than 2 shots. I want to see more than 12 minutes because he's showing some things that he can get done for sure. Go ahead.
Well, that's for me. I was kind of shocked to see his stat line because I thought he did more in the short time that we did see him, but it's because of his aggressiveness. He had 3 fouls. He was bodying people out there, but he was aggressive. Where here we are begging UGonna to just use his body and be aggressive. Right. Roddy Gayle comes out. He's like, I'm not going to make this easy for you. And it's not like, what's the word? It's not irresponsible aggressiveness. It's just trying to get to the ball.
Yep.
And, sometimes he just hip checked a guy, reached across, and he ran through all that stuff. But I loved his aggressiveness. And he's a guy who I hope that come Friday, if we rest guys like Chaz, if we give other guys their chance, because Friday, again, we're not in the winning run, the running to win Summer League or anything. It's kind of a chance for everybody else to have their moment. We didn't see Bashir Jihad tonight, but we saw Mitchell. Like all the guys on the bench should be everyone starting. And then, you bring in some of the starters supplement their playing time. Roddy, I hope, starts on Friday, and we do get that 25
That'd be nice.
30 minutes from him.
That'd be nice.
Also,
somebody said he had an ankle injury as well. They were saying he had an ankle injury. So
right, and so if that's true and he is feeling something, you can't tell when he's out there because he's hitting people. But like you said, going up for boards, being aggressive, trying to push. He has a steal in his time, like just aggressive offensively. Even though he didn't score. He's just aggressive all around.
The 12 minutes makes me think maybe he was going through something because he just didn't play a lot.
Well,
I know he didn't play a ton, but
only Drake Allen had 26, 27 minutes, and everybody else had under 12.
That's a lot. Like, why is Drake Allen playing 26 and Roddy Gayle's playing 12?
Because
that's why I'm like,
but Drake also he showed off defensively. I would say early and often he's almost so much defense that he is.
He had 4 steals.
Negatively impactful on offense. His shot selection is terrible, but he had 4 steals. We're not going to talk much about him, but he had 4 steals. He was making it tough on those guys. But Roddy, I really did appreciate. And again, like I didn't get to see Bashir Jihad, who I really like right now in his aggressiveness. I see like Friday, like a lineup with Allen, Gayle, Henley, Jihad, Stevenson. That's a scary lineup because all those guys have come out and just tried to be tough and aggressive. So I would love to see that on Friday. And then again, have some guys like UGonna still get minutes, still come in and try to do something, and play supplemental to those guys. Or our bench just might be our starting or just who plays. And I'm okay with that. Like Friday just might be the time to shine. That's kind of what I hope. I would hope the coaches let guys like Roddy and Henley get that opportunity no matter how they're playing. Because that also just, if they had, Henley only played 8 minutes, but he had 4 points. But like,
nice move too.
He played a lot of minutes. Yeah, he had a lot of minutes last game. Yeah. But if these guys can get substantial minutes, closer to starter minutes, they're going to look different from the fourth quarter to the first quarter to the fourth quarter.
Agreed. Yeah. Hallian said, I don't trust anybody named Drake. You must be a Kendrick fan, my dog.
Go talk to Eric.
That's funny. Yeah, talk to Evenny. He'll be here soon, and we can talk about that some more for sure. He's a huge Kendrick guy, and I understand why. Okay, you got anything else, boss? That's all I got for these guys, man.
Yeah, I just want to say this because it's been repeated a few times. So Detroit Sports Talk said it's way too early. I'm not trying to put that much pressure on our rook, but I see Brunson in the future for him. He was a player comp. Brunson was for Okorie. I think it's just, for me, I just see composure and being able to hold on to the ball and decide your shot. I would need to see a lot more from him, obviously. I think if he could pull up, Brunson gets to the rim, but if Okorie could start scoring more by splitting the rim and the mid range, then I could see that more too. And it's okay to be early too. He's 19, Brunson's 30, just like we said about Schroeder too.
For sure.
If you see similarities, it's because those similarities are there, in my opinion.
And Brunson was great at Villanova when they won those championships. He didn't come out of the gate just on fire when he got to the league. So it takes time for most of these guys, especially little guards and guys like that. It takes time to learn the game at this level. Yeah, Mr. Right. Yeah. I heard Cool was a Drake fan. I heard that too. So I'm a fan of both. I'm a fan of both of those guys. But
I can hear the corniness from Drake immediately. I clocked it young, and I was immediately like, nah.
He got some hits. I'm not like he's in the GOAT conversation. Nothing crazy like that. I ain't never gonna say that because he's like
a pop guy.
Musician to musician. He ain't on that level. I don't care what nobody says. He got the popularity and he he got the clout.
Rapper,
but yeah. It's levels.
Like,
for me at least.
He's like a little bit above Jason Derulo in my mind.
Well, like Drake isn't a singer.
We're not gonna
Jason Derulo can actually sing. Drake.
True.
Listen, guys.
I'm talking about
I work out of a music studio. Yeah. I know all of the different elements and effects you can put on your voice. And I can tell when you can sing and when you can't 5 seconds from listening to your voice. Yeah. Drake ain't no singer. so it's just like, if you're going to say rapper, all right, cool. But all the other stuff, nah.
He's a talker.
Yes. He got some good wordplay. He got a nice pen.
I would like to feel some
plagiarizing
up and down.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure. He got some bop, so he got some hits for sure. All right. Last question, boss. I wanted to say this one and we can get up out of here. The chat going crazy. I'll put up a can of worms.
Yeah. I'm talking about his pop hits, guys. His pop hits. You're gonna hear them on the same radio station, is all I'm saying.
You about to open up a can of worms.
That's all I'm saying. They're gonna be on the same radio station.
Yeah, Lindsay. I don't think Lindsay's a Drake fan either. Me and Lindsay talked about that as well. So yeah, we'll have another conversation like with that offline. Otherwise, we'll be here until 12 o'clock the next morning, all that stuff. But let's leave it there. Evie should hopefully be back on the show soon. We're gonna have a roundtable, guys, once Summer League is over with myself, Boss, King, and Evenny. So we'll keep you guys posted on that for sure. Last question, boss. I wanted to save it and get to it. We talked about it before, but we want to bring it back from Detroit Sports Talk. Man. Who earns the and we'll try to make this brief, but I wanted to get to it.
This is just the hardest question for me right now.
Oh man. Who earned because of where we are in the offseason, right? Who earns the starting spot next to Cade Cunningham? Kevin Huerter or Duncan Robinson to give Cade Cunningham maximum floor spacing right from the jump? Possibilities, but boss, for the sake of the chat, we gotta cater to what the chat wants and what everybody wants and the viewers want. I know you said it's hard for you, but as of today, grain of salt, the smallest grain of salt, doesn't mean anything. The list is fluid. We understand it. Who would you ride with at the starting shooting guard spot? Oop, wrong graph, my bad. Oh. This is the one I wanted.
You starting guys 2-guard spot. Do not hold me to this because I could pick them all. Except I do think Jenkins and Okorie are out of it for me. Those are point guards, in my opinion.
Really? Okay.
Based on who we need to behind Cade. Based on who we would need in off Cade minutes. Okay. So it's the other Gary Harris too is out. But so I think it's still, if we keep him, I think it's still going to be Duncan. I don't think he's done anything to lose that spot. But Isaiah Joe would be who I would pick based off of his also ability to create his own shot inside the perimeter as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's going to be Robinson. Joe will be who's next, but I'm not mad at Herter. If I had to pick one, I'd pick, oh my God. I'd pick Isaiah Joe.
Okay.
I'd pick Isaiah Joe.
Okay. I ain't mad at that. For me, it's two guys. I have an outside third, but for me, it's Danis and it's Isaiah Joe. I think Danis is the most well-rounded guard in this group on both sides of the ball at the NBA level, as far as being able to score, as far as being able to facilitate, as far as playing off ball, on ball, defensively. I think, and we know he plays better in starter minutes. He didn't play as well off the bench in limited minutes. In starter minutes, he played very, very well, and I think that will be the difference. And for me, Duncan Robinson to me is the worst defender on this list. And we're trying to be one of the best defensive teams in the league. The top 3 last year would be even better. No, I think no. Gary Harris is a better defender than Duncan Robinson for sure.
Okay, I'll take that. I trust.
Yeah, for sure. I've been watching him since Michigan State, but I just think Danis. And the thing with Danis is, I hear your point on the point guard slot, but I think you can easily stagger their minutes.
Yeah.
When Cade sits down, you slide Danis to the 1, and then you bring in Isaiah Joe or whoever else you want, or Kevin Herter, or whoever else you want. And then you sit Danis down, you bring Cade back, and now you got Cade with whoever else came in, originally. So I think the 3 guard lineup could work just fine. My third Isaiah Joe's a champion, so I have no issues with him there. He's 6'4". He's not the tallest guard, but he's a sniper like Duncan. He's a better ball handler. He's a little bit better defender. He's more athletic. He can stay in front. So for me, it's got to be a guy who can play defense consistently. Who they're not going to pick on at any point defensively. You can't really pick on Danis unless you got a huge guard. Isaiah Joe, same thing. They're both 6'4". Isaiah Joe 6'4". Danis Jenkins is 6'4". So you can't pick on either of those guys defensively. And then my third would be Kevin Herter. I think he's a great two-way player. I think Kevin Herter is a great two-way player. He was just injured a lot. He missed a lot of time. Wasn't able to get consistent minutes. But when he played and was healthy, he played very, very well. That game against the Lakers, when Danis hit that shot over Austin Reeves from the corner, guess who got the stop when they were up 1 point? Guess who got the stop on Luka Doncic?
Yeah,
Kevin Herter. Kevin Herter is a good defender, man. So I know the shot hasn't been what it's supposed to be the last couple of years, but he'd be my third because he can make plays, he can make passes. One game he had 5 assists in 15 minutes. So the guy is just a basketball player. Go ahead.
You cannot lead the league, and they call it pick sixes in the NBA too. You cannot lead the league in pick sixes, which is grabbing the ball yourself and getting the basket on the other end yourself. Yeah. You cannot lead that in, pick sixes per minutes played efficiency without being able to read offenses.
Right.
I agree. And that's why it's tough for me. So for me, these are all questions I am so happy to answer once our roster is set.
Finished.
Woo! God.
It's set. Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at. Because right now it's not set because we have 16 guys. And I think there's going to be a trade. We'll see. Even if there's not a trade, and we just waive someone, then we can talk about it.
Right.
Because I want to see who's waived.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of things. And all these guards may not even be here by the time the season starts. I know what they said about the offseason being over, but I think Trajan's just waiting to pounce whenever it presents itself and not setting the expectation that we're still doing more. Let's get some more quick comments and we'll call it tonight, guys. Absolutely. I like Joe. The most out of that group, provides the best split in shooting and defense and complements our starters best. Need some more ball handling though, bro. Not much ball handling in that lineup.
A little bit.
Beer conversation.
I think he's better than Duncan.
Yeah, I agree too. I agree with that. Beer conversation, but if it's Duncan or Joe, then Asar is really the secondary ball handler. That is a great point. Because now you can have an Asar. It's contingent on Asar. If Asar can handle some of those responsibilities that he showed he might be able to at the end of last year, as far as being able to bring the ball up court, initiate offense, make plays, then you don't have that need for your shooting guard to be that secondary guy because now Asar can do it 4K. But if he can't do that at that level, now you got to have now I'm looking at Dennis Jenkins again because he's the guy who's shown he can do it. Go ahead, boss.
It's real quick, I just want to say that Asar, when it was kind of forced upon him, when they just said we want Asar in the second role at the beginning of the season, it didn't go well. As it came naturally, as he developed other areas of his games and felt more confident in those games, then I trusted him bringing the ball up the court towards the end of the season last year. So I think it's a goal of the Pistons, but just like him trying to change his shooting, like shoot the flat shot because you can elevate. You don't need an arc. His arc was so bad trying to force it, little things. Shoot flat because you can jump high, Asar, and that's fine. So I think that I like that point because a lot of people are saying we can't have Asar as the second ball handler. That's true, but he was looking if it comes to his game naturally, then why not? His brother Amen is the second ball handler for the Rockets. Right. And they're different positions and they're different players. They're different people. But I saw Asar get more confident as he went on. And it wasn't like he was.
I did too.
It wasn't like he was the secondary ball handler in terms of he'd bring it up and hold it at the top. He got rid of it over half court. He got rid of it. He wasn't holding on to it. He understood his abilities. Yeah. And so I like that point too, because it just goes to show like if there's somebody else, like Tobias dribbles at his side, JD, I never want to see it. Because every time I did, it ended terribly. Yep. But so that's kind of That's so I'm at the same point of view.
It could be any of these guys. We have our preferences. Training camp will figure out a lot of these problems when these guys get in the court together. I saw that. I'm going to come down in a second. Yeah. Just talking about one point in favor for Isaiah Joe is the 4 years he played with the Thunder, because I think he was somewhere else. I think it was Philly before those. He's been in the league. This is going to be year 7 for him. 2 with Philly, I believe, and the last 4 with the Thunder. He shot 50% from the field every season, and he shot better than 40% from 3 every season. So the shooting, we all know, is not going to be an issue when it comes to Isaiah Joe.
He was the third option from the playoffs for the Thunder. That's crazy.
Exactly. So he could have an Nickeil Alexander-Walker type of jump if he does start, as far as getting the opportunity in a starting role with a different team, going from Minnesota to Atlanta, going from OKC to Detroit for Isaiah Joe. You never know. So in Sir Evergreen's, that was, remember that game against the Lakers after Dennis got that hoop to put us up 1, and then Luka came down. Herder said no.
He agrees with great defense. Too.
Yeah,
it's lots of options, and
it's a good problem to have.
I think the question should be more so: who do you not? Which one of these should not be?
Right, because it could be.
I think that's more the question.
It won't be Okorie because he's a rookie.
No,
and it won't be Gary Harris. I don't think. Outside of that, I can see it being any of the other guys. To be honest,
that's Herder, like with Gary Harris. So I picture him as a point guard, but you're saying he's more of a shooting guard.
Yeah, he's a 2 guard.
I wonder why I picture him as a point guard, because I wanted to bring in a vet point guard cheap. I wanted Javon Carter at the vet minimum. I think he re-signed with the Magic.
I'm not sure. Okay.
Yeah, I think he went from Bulls to Magic during the season. I think that's who I wanted cheap, because I do think that that's valuable to have a vet behind Cade and Danis, because there were times where Cade was injured that Danis was it, but then it was like, well, then who?
Right.
LeVert.
You can go with Sasser or
LeVert was who it was. LeVert would come in.
You're right.
And so I was like, let's just get a cheap vet for that. So that's why I wonder if like that's what a role that they have for Harris. But that's also why I don't think Danis will play the 2. I'm not arguing against it, but I just think like we have guards, but we have 1 point guard.
Right. I think we have 2 point guards.
And Danis and him?
Yes.
Well, that's exactly. So that's why I don't think, and I get it, because you can stagger it. But if you're going into the season with these guards, why stagger it?
I mean, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. So maybe, if maybe they feel Ebuka can eventually be that 3rd point guard. I don't know. But like we just said, I don't think he's going to be ready day 1. So I understand your point too. Last one, and then we're done. Taurean Prince starting 4. I don't like it.
Back up.
I don't like it. I don't like that either.
I like it. What? He's a 4.
No. He's like, how tall is he? Like 6'6"? He's not even, he's not a 4, bro.
I'm sorry.
Look up his height real quick.
I don't know for sure, but when I think of 4s, because think about Tobias. Corner 3s. That's what I think of when I think of Taurean Prince.
I'm talking about defensively.
Oh, okay.
With all these bigs in the East now? No, we had that problem last year. Not playing Paul Reed enough.
I agree with that.
He's not a 4, bro. He's not big enough.
We
don't need no more undersized 4s.
He's a small forward.
As much as we got PTSD from watching all these offensive rebounds last year and not being able to finish possessions and get out and running. Nah, bro. I want no 6'4".
Yeah, I agree.
Let me see. Tobias is 6'10".
Yeah.
He's at a 4. Is he 6'6"? Did you look it up? What he's listed
Yeah,
at?
he's 6'6".
Yeah.
You know who, guys?
do
I'm
it.
gonna put him on your radar.
Mhm.
You're gonna be like, no, Sarah, I don't know who this person is. We want a splashy trade. The Denver Nuggets have not re-signed him. Spencer Jones.
Has he got the crazy looking shot? Is that Spencer Jones?
Yeah, but so does Paul Reed. So
okay. I don't want two guys like that on this.
But he makes them. Spencer Jones, he's a free agent. He's cheap. He's LinkedIn. I'm sure you guys have seen him. He's like known around the. He always posts to his LinkedIn after big games. He was Aaron Gordon's backup. I love it. He was Aaron Gordon's backup, and he basically Spencer Jones. This is how bad Denver's defense is, but this isn't a slight to Spencer. It's just to Denver. He was there. They called him in to defend best players on other teams.
Okay.
So, and he does have an offensive shot. Can he create for himself? Not necessarily. But if we want a cheap backup 4, I'm putting him on to you. I'll send you the highlights later.
No, yeah, I got you. I got you.
But I'm just saying, I get it. I'm just saying, like, because if we're going to make a trade, there's not a lot of 4s available. The 4 is a tough one. I think it's worse than centers. A power forward is hard to find.
Yeah. I just want some size, man.
I'm saying,
that's
like,
all. Pause.
Everyone's like Aaron Gordon. Okay, cool. He's $50 million this year.
Yeah, nah. Yeah. PJ Washington, bro. Please. Or Jabari.
Yeah, PJ
Jabari
would love.
Smith.
Jabari Smith
like,
would love.
Yeah, somebody like
but
that.
I'm just like, if for some reason we do make a big trade and it's for Trey Murphy, if it's for Najee Marshall, if it's for Kevin Durant, who I don't think it will be for, and we still need a backup 4, Spencer Jones is a good option as a cheap guy.
Yeah,
truly.
That's realistic, right? Like Nas Reed, you know, listen, before my Trey Murphy madness earlier this year, it was Nas Reed a couple years ago. Like, please get Nas Reed. He's the perfect stretch forward.
Bobby Portis,
100%,
go take him from Miami. I don't think they will, but go get him. Honest to God.
Right.
Actually, they need guards. Go get Bobby Portis.
Go get Bobby. Somebody like that would be cool. Yeah, Christian Wood type who isn't messed up in the head. Somebody like that for sure. Jabari, yeah. I don't want to see Ron either for the same reason.
He's a 3.
He's not a 4, bro. Yeah, if come on, man. Like, I want to see Ron in the perimeter, guarding guys in the perimeter, hawking guys in the perimeter, him getting banged around in the paint. He hasn't grown into his body. Even Woo,
I know.
I didn't want him with the backup 4. He's 6'5". I don't want small
roster. It's Woo and Prince. With this roster, it's Woo and Prince.
Man, rest up. I'm nothing on that. Rest up, bro. So we'll see.
3-on-3 is just trying to tick me off.
Here we go. Yeah, we're not doing this.
Did you not say that Deuce just said defense? Do you want to? How about a $50 million a year? If you want $50 million power forward, go get one that can do both, and that's AG.
Man,
don't get one that can do one.
If you're gonna do it, right? Yeah.
Andrew's gonna play Andrew Tate in the locker room. Stop it.
We'll leave it there, guys. Those are our thoughts, man. A lot to be decided between now and training camp. That's what makes it fun. Yeah, PJ would be perfect for me off the bench.
I'm just throwing this up for you.
Woo-wee. Man, don't challenge me with a good time.
Are you
a good time, man?
Are you 15? Do you not remember the 2000s? Okay.
What you mean?
I know you love Bron, but as a Pistons fan, we do not like Bron.
Y'all do not like Bron.
He is a rival.
If he came here and he helped us get to the finals, they get over that real quick. Peyton Watson, P. Watt.
Also a backup for a 4, but very similar to Asar. It just doesn't, I can't see it, but I'm not mad at it. But we'll see.
Yeah. What up, Tom? On the way out, Tom popped up. What up, though, bro? Yeah, man. Get on the squad with me, man. Get on the help me out, man. Help me fight everybody, all these haters off on LeBron, man. LeBron, come here. We going to the finals, man.
Tom.
That's why you my dog, Tom. That's why I mess with you, bro. We be here. We be in the same page, bro. You know what I'm
saying? Tom.
I'm glad we had this conversation. A lot of time to hop on with us and talk real quick. But yeah, we appreciate you guys, man. This was a lot of fun. Man. It went way longer than usual. We usually go about an hour for Summer League, but we got into some other stuff like we always do. But we appreciate you guys entertaining us, and hopefully we did the same thing for you guys, man. So guys, we will be here. I'm nothing fun. I'm
just saying.
Hey, Thomas, me and you, bro. We here. We good. All we got each other, bro.
Deuce is most surprising because Tom hopped on the McGrady that's fine. But
T-Mac, yeah, for sure.
But Tom, you don't. 11-year-old Sarah.
Yeah,
hated LeBron.
Man, I've been watching Brian since 2001. That same Vincent St. Mary. He was 16, and it's just like, yeah, I've been a fan ever since. Kobe was my first GOAT, and then it was Brian after that. But anyway, to make a long show longer, guys.
Tayshaun Prince for me. He is the GOAT.
Okay, I ain't mad at that. Well, now we got Timu, Tayshaun Prince, and Torian Prince. I'm just playing. We'll leave it there, guys. Shout out to everybody, man, for showing up, guys. This was a lot of fun. We appreciate that for sure. The Pistons have one more game on their schedule, guys. We talked about it earlier. They will not qualify for the elimination round, but like the other 26 teams who are in the same boat as the Pistons are right now, they'll all play one consolation game to conclude Summer League. And that matchup, guys, comes this Friday at 9 p.m. against the Miami Heat. So we should be able to do a live for that. If we can't, we'll let you know, but we should be able to. And of course, as always, we'll be here after about 15 minutes for the post-game show for sure. So, Boss, if you have nothing else, we can go ahead and close it out.
This is kind of where I'm at. I mean, we had the last. I'm glad that we get to have one more post-game show with you. Did you just say we're doing it live?
Oh yeah, I wanted to. Maybe we're not.
Okay, yeah, we are. I was just catching. I was like, I don't know. Sometimes it's a surprise for me, but yeah, I'd love to do it live. And then, guys, it's gonna be kind of a long break. We're definitely gonna come on if some big moves happen and stuff. But we're gonna have a prediction show. Yeah. And then before the season, definitely gonna have what do you think of the roster? What do you see us falling? Things like that. Yeah. And then if you guys have any other ideas, definitely gonna have another fan show. We'll give you guys, I think we gave a few days notice, and hopefully the next fan show, we give you guys at least a week. We can come on, let you know, because we definitely want to get as many people as possible.
All the questions out.
We had a lot of people last time, so maybe we'll break it up into a couple fan shows. I would love that. But if you guys have anything you guys want to talk about, I know Deuce and I got into music today. Deuce knows more music than I do, but sometimes it's nice to have, just a random.
Yeah, just kick back.
Yeah, just talk.
Get some singing, possibly. Some singing. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I know.
If the super chats are, looking right, we can do that. We need Tom and Evie on the show. Vinny with Tom. Tom, you got to come on the show, bro.
Oh my God,
with Evie. That would be hilarious. That would be a time.
That would be a good time. Absolutely,
for sure. Last things, I feel you, PD Mac. I know I struggled with him after 2007, bro. I was like, I don't like you right now, bro. When he dropped 48 points on us, 25 straight, whatever it was, and over, I was like, come on, bro. Making Chauncey and Tayshaun and Max Seal and taking advantage of Ben Wallace being in Chicago. I was mad about that.
Yeah,
I got over it. But I feel you on that, bro. As a Pistons fan, I feel you on that. And it's still for me, Detroit, versus everybody. Like, and if he goes to Cleveland, he's still the enemy. You know what I mean? So go ahead.
My guys, my go is Magic, 100%. Okay. I think he gets underrated, and I think Jokic is getting close. I won't lie.
Yeah,
I think he's
getting close. If he can get another, I think he needs to get like 3 chips. If he can get 3 chips,
agreed. But we've talked about it. I'm definitely more of like the GOAT conversation is a little silly because like the greatest shooter is different from the greatest player, who's different from the greatest defender, who's different from the greatest assister, who's different from the greatest center. So that's where I'm at with that. But mine will always be Magic.
Okay, I'm mad at that.
Where I stand. Yeah,
I'm mad at that. Last one, Fit with JT. Appreciate you. Says, let the boring stretch begin. God, we're gonna try to keep it as entertaining as possible over this summer.
We got one more. Let it begin
one more game.
Saturday.
Right, one more game Friday, and then we're gonna have a round table soon after that. So we'll keep you guys posted. Make sure your alerts are turned on so you guys don't miss it. But with that, guys, we're gonna call it a night, man. Thank you guys again for showing up and showing out as you guys always do. Make sure you guys smash that like button and subscribe if you are new. Hope you guys have a great night. Stay cool, stay hydrated, stay safe, man, and stay away from this smoke. And y'all know the drill, man. Detroit versus everybody. We out of here. See y'all Friday night.
Welcome to the Dog Pound. Yeah.
I'm scared of these damn Pistons. I'm very concerned.
Screaming, cheer it. Yeah, I cry loud, cause I said it got now. We off the leash, and we not coming to peace. This is Detroit, when we step on the court. Be afraid, when you see the motorcade, watch below. When you see us soaring, Jalen Durant. Pick your boys, they not gonna walk when Dana's a song. Be afraid. off the leash and we not coming in peace. This is Detroit. When we step on the car, be afraid. When you see the motorcade, watch it low. When you see your story telling the red, keep your poison, no I'm gonna walk with them Highlander. So be afraid. It's the dog pound.